When people think about slavery, many jump straight to America in the 1800s or the transatlantic slave trade. But slavery didn't start with Europeans or Americans, and it definitely didn't start with race. In ancient Egypt, slaves helped build temples, farms, and households. In ancient Greece and Rome, up to a third of the population were slaves. And get this, the word slave actually comes from Slav, as in Slavic people, because so many of them were captured and sold during the Middle Ages. So who were the first slaves? It wasn't about skin color, it was about conquest, war, and money. If your side lost a battle, you could be enslaved. Man, woman, child, it didn't matter. If you owed a debt and couldn't pay it, guess what? You might be sold into slavery. So slavery was everywhere. And I mean everywhere. In China, dynasties used slaves for construction and punishment. In India, ancient texts mention slaves being part of daily life. In the Islamic world, slaves could be soldiers, scholars, or concubines, sometimes rising to power. And yes, in Africa. Slavery existed in Africa before Europeans arrived. Many African kingdoms practiced slavery too. Often, it was about capturing enemies from rival tribes and selling them. Sometimes, they even sold captives to Arab traders crossing the Sahara. Let's jump to the 1400s. European nations, Portugal, Spain, Britain, start exploring Africa. And they're not just looking for spices, they're looking for profit. That's when the transatlantic slave trade begins. Over the next 400 years, over 12 million Africans are kidnapped, chained, and shipped across the Atlantic. This is where slavery becomes racialized. Suddenly, blackness itself is associated with bondage. Europeans begin crafting false science and religious excuses to justify enslaving Africans. By the 1700s, American slavery is in full swing, especially in the South. Cotton, tobacco, sugar, America's economy was built on black backs. Yet despite all this, enslaved people found ways to resist. Through music, secret reading, sabotage, escapes, like Harriet Tubman's Underground Railroad. You know, some people ask, why do we keep talking about this? That was so long ago, and it ended way before, right? Wrong. Slavery did not end. It only rebranded. Today, it is called employment, and most slaves have been conditioned to believe they cannot survive without it. Wars in old times were made to get slaves. The modern implement of imposing slavery is debt. Trading your life for a job you hate just to afford a bed you barely sleep in. That's not living. Being in debt is modern slavery. You don't own your time. You don't own your choices. You're grinding to pay for your past instead of building your future. There's still time.